You said there's not a single man in Australia that doesn't have a little bogan in him. So let's hear it.
Yeah, no, I don't have
What's
bogan.
your,
I don't have a.
What's your bogan habit? Everybody's got one in Australia. This man just told on you, so I need to know. What's your bogan habit? It's okay. This is a safe space.
I don't have a flannel shirt. I don't drive a ute or Holden or anything like that.
Wagga Art Gallery of Art has more than 500 pieces of glass art. So bottles? You just got a bunch of bottles?
No, it's like, bowls and shit.
Oh, glass bottles and bowls. Okay. So it's like an IKEA.
Statues. Sculpture.
Wagga Beach sits on the shore of the Murrumbidgee River. Jesus Christ. The Wigadacary walking track runs along the river and through the surrounding countryside. Okay.
Oh, and that word that you were trying to pronounce there is Murrumbidgee.
What?
I got close.
You got close?
I got close. Disclaimer. No one was hurt in any of the photos or clips in this video. All clips used are from Australian news sources that have been played on live television or are taken from other YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook videos, which are suitable for YouTube re-upload and do not violate any guidelines. All stunts performed by professionals in a controlled environment. No, they weren't.
No.
He just said they came from the news. These are normal people.
This is not a controlled environment.
Not a professional.
At all.
This video is intended only for comedic, educational, and entertainment purposes. Do not try anything you see in this video yourself. YouTube, don't age restrict it again, please. Oh God, please don't age restrict my channel. Okay, let's get this pulled up here. Our cameras. Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. Time to see what Bogans is all about.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cut raise. And on Monday, I got a gun raised. Suicidal to a dime till hump day, then I go right.
I've seen some of these.
Yeah.
Is it the Parks and Rec theme? It is. What I'm gathering from this montage here.
Christ.
What I'm gathering from this montage here is this is Australians' word for redneck.
Yeah.
They're just rednecks.
One of the most important parts about Australia are the native animals. Animals such as kangaroos, koalas, wombats, dingoes, maggots, just to name a few. Our unique collection of native creatures sets us apart from the rest of the world. But in today's video, we'll be focusing on what is arguably the most important native species in all of Australia. And if you've read the title of this video, you'll already know that species is the bogan. As I mentioned before, the bogan is native to Australia and shares a lot of DNA with the American redneck.
Yeah.
Just because these two creatures share a lot of DNA doesn't mean that they're anything alike. So in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the different types of bogans, where to find them, and how to spot them. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start off by answering the question, what is a bogan? A bogan is a subspecies of human that can be found in every town, city, and corner of the Australian continent. Usually spotted driving a Holden Commodore with a red flannelette shirt on.
I gotta go back.
God, what did you see?
Oh, a little bit more. A little bit more.
Found in every town, city.
Was it the map? It was the map, wasn't it?
A bogan is a subspecies of human that
not the map, the one before that.
Found in every town.
Damn it! It's only on the screen for just a second.
A bogan.
Titty bomb.
A bogan is a subspecies of human that can be found in every town.
Titty bong.
Damn it. I can't double click because then
Yeah.
YouTube tries to do that with it. Okay, there we go. I got it up there.
I mean,
Y'all have a town named Titty Bong?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
what is this I'm looking at?
titty bong.
What the fuck
Oh,
is Titty
no.
Bong?
It's a town. Hey, there's also a town called Wagga Wagga.
Wait, what?
Wagga wagga. That's the noise Fozzie Bear makes.
Wagga Wagga.
Wagga wagga. Yeah.
We have cool names for our cities, like Bat Cave.
Arapaho.
Yeah, that's right. The Bat Cave, where Batman lives. It's right here. It's
Yep.
right here, baby. We
Yeah.
got that here.
We do. We do.
You can
have
see
that.
signs for it on the interstate. He did not do a good job of hiding it. He did not.
Everybody knows how to
Bat
get
Cave,
there.
next exit. Oh, that's where Batman is at.
That's where the
Okay.
Bat Cave is.
All right,
City
just
and
make sure
corner
it's
of the
all
Australian
Titty
continent.
Bong.
Usually
Titty bong.
spotted driving a Holden Commodore with a red flannelette shirt on, wearing footy shorts, thongs,
Yeah,
and
just
speed
in
dealer
direct messages,
sunglasses
Steph.
topped off.
Did they just call flip flops
Yes,
thongs?
thongs. Dong,
Okay.
dong, dong,
Yeah.
dong.
don't think that's what
the things
Cisco
that go on your
No,
feet.
that's not what
No,
Cisco was
no.
thinking about.
They're the things that ride up girls' butts.
Yep, those are the things that your butt crack eats.
God bless you, thongs. American
No.
thongs. God. Jesus. Because when Cisco made the thong song, I don't think he was
No.
talking about white dudes and flip flops.
No, he was not.
Oh, God.
With
Topped
a
off.
dodgy mullet,
What the fuck?
Bogan is a truly
Jesus.
unique creature. Some hobbies of the Bogan include drinking,
Yep.
gambling,
Yep.
and drinking. And
Yep.
all those hobbies that I just mentioned are entirely funded by Centrelink. So now that you sort of know what a Bogan is,
What's Centerlink?
That's our social security center.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Social
Okay,
Security.
alright,
Okay, so they're
alright,
entirely
yeah.
funded. So basically, welfare pays
Welfare,
for their
yeah.
alcohol, their gambling, and their alcohol.
Okay.
Okay, they
Yep,
do have a
yep.
lot of things in common
They do.
with the American
Yeah,
redneck.
yeah, they do.
Only gambling's not legal in most of the states here, so it's alcohol, lottery tickets, alcohol,
Yeah.
and meth.
Meth.
God bless this meth.
Oh, God.
All right, God made grass.
God bless this meth.
Oh.
we're going to get into where you can find them. Bogans have many different habitats, which means that if you want to go find one, there's many different places where you can go looking. But thanks
Okay.
to my PhD in boganology, over the years while I've been studying this native Australian creature, I've come up with a list of places where you're most likely to find a bogan in their natural habitat. First up,
Okay.
we have summer gnats. It's no secret that bogans
Okay. I've got to get my translator for all these Australian terms.
Summer gnats?
Summer gnats. Ozzy? Summer gnats?
Can't remember what was this.
He
Summon gnats?
He was talking about places here. I'll back it up a little bit. He was talking about places where you can frequently find the bogan.
habitat. First up,
We have
summer gnats. It's not
Summer gnats. Yeah, it's got a car in front of a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
this like
car
NASCAR?
convention.
Car convention. Oh,
Like NASCAR.
like
yeah.
NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, American Redneck got the NASCAR. Oh my God, Titty Bong is a real place. I need to look that up. It does sound like a crazy place to visit. Beware the bogan. All right.
no secret that bogans love burnouts, and if they're not
Summon
the
Gnats
last
is an
barbecue,
annual
they're
car
out there
festival held in Canberra.
Car festival. I mean,
I guess they have to focus on cars over there. It's not like NASCAR, so like a
yeah.
just a
yeah.
regular people.
Drag
Showing off their
racing,
cars.
Yeah.
burnout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess y'all have to have that.
I was gonna say the
Because
shit they do every
They don't
weekend
they
down
don't
at the
they don't have
fairgrounds.
they don't get to do what we do here. Because rednecks here, they go to conventions too. NASCAR is a sport. It's not a
Yeah.
convention.
Yeah. It's,
We got gun
No,
shows.
what you
Y'all
would-
don't get them there.
What you would be also looking at for, like, NASCAR is what we have V8 supercars.
V8's a drink. Should have had a V8. Yeah, when it comes to conventions, the only convention you'll catch the American Redneck at, goddamn gun show,
This
son.
is the gun expo when it comes
Yep,
to
go
town.
to gun show.
And the most
You
famous
ladies won't tickets to the gun show.
and the
I
most
hear that.
famous V8 supercar race in Australia is the Bathurst 1000. Yeah, I think it's 1000.
We got the Daytona 500.
And
We're too lazy to go to 4,000.
ours came from running booze.
If they tried to do, which is why most people watch NASCAR while drunk.
There you go. The
We
history.
don't do 1,000. We do 500 laps. 1,000. If NASCAR did 1,000 laps,
No, it's not 1,000
90.
laps. It's a 1,000-kilometer track race.
I don't know what is that in American.
You know,
Kilometer.
Google will
I
tell
don't know
you
what that is.
this.
But the point is, if we did 1,000, 90% of that crowd would die of alcohol poisoning before they hit the last lap. But like,
Yes, it would.
Look, 500 is
meters or
pushing it.
miles for you? Miles?
Yeah, we do miles.
Yeah.
We use freedom units here also.
1,000 miles. Oh, 1,000 Ks is 621.3 miles.
Yeah, I think I remember that from
621.
school. Yeah, I think I remember that from school. 6,000. Yeah. Okay. I knew it was somewhere in there. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Smoking tires. Whether it's a $200 AU Falcon with no rear brakes or a $200,000 HSV Maloo, there's nothing a Bogan loves more than a good burnout. So it's only natural that once a year when Summer Nats is on in Canberra, hundreds of thousands of Bogans make the annual pilgrimage down to the Holy Lands to get a piece of the action. Another place just as common for
Holy
Bogan
Lands.
spotting is Bathurst. Just like Summer Nats, Bathurst is held once every year and
Okay,
has
yeah,
the
that's-
three
that's-
things
that's
that
the
all
one you
just
Bogans
mentioned.
need.
Yeah.
Holden, sort of, Ford, and alcohol. At the time this video gets uploaded, 2023's Bathurst has came and went, and as per usual, with it came some great Bogan moments. Another common
Oh,
location
God.
for Bogan congregation is Bali, with cheap beer, cheap cigarettes, and only a 50% chance you're gonna end up with food poisoning. Bali is the ultimate destination for a Bogan holiday.
Okay.
All a
Bali
Bogan
belly.
needs to be happy is cheap alcohol, cheap cigarettes, cool clothes like this that they can get from the link in the description, and
nice
easy
Merc
access
clutch.
to anything with an engine.
Like this Merc.
And luckily enough for Australia's Bogan population, Bali has all three readily available. And that, of course, means a whole lot of this.
You gonna do those helmets up? Are you right to drive?
I don't
Doing
fucking know.
driving the bike?
Now, some places you'll also spot Bogans back in the homeland include the Pokies, the pub, the Pokies room at the pub, Dan Murphy's, the back of a divvy van, and of course, Centrelink.
The
Did he just say
The back of a Diddy van?
Pokies, I got it. That's a
Yeah,
casino.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
it. Slot machines. But did he just call the ambulance a Diddy
a
van?
Diddy van.
No, that's the police car. Drunk tank, paddy wagon.
We had Diddy vans here too, but they took you to a different place.
They took you to the freak off.
They took you to the Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Nope.
Ain't no party. Y'all don't have them there.
The Diddy van. Oh God.
Oh. All right, there they are, standing outside Social Security office.
Okay, so now you're clued up
Clued
on
up.
what a Bogan is
Gotcha.
and where to find them. But
Now
there's
what?
a lot more to the Bogan species than just beer and burnouts. But just like how a Bogan is an offshoot of the human species, there are many different offshoots from the Bogan species. So just like dogs, spiders, and hepatitis, when it comes to Bogans, there are many different types. The first type of Bogan that we're going to be getting into is the stereotypical Bogan. This is
Okay.
the sort of Bogan who wears nothing but flannelette shirts and footy shorts,
The redneck one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is your.
If it doesn't already exist, I think I'm gonna have to make an American version of this video where I break down different kinds of rednecks.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think you need to.
And absolutely resist the urge to use exclusively pictures from my family.
Oh God.
We got all the different kinds.
You do. You do.
I even got that one Hitler with that one uncle with a Hitler mustache.
Yeah. And the one that just wears the bib overalls. No shirt.
Yeah, I got the one that
Just
just
the bib
wears overalls
overalls.
with no shirt.
Yep. Yep. You got that one. Wow. You've got the.
You're gonna be
flannel.
hard pressed. You gonna be hard pressed to catch my daddy without his cowboy hat.
Yep. Yep. You got that one. Hat. 50 sizes too big. Oh my God.
It's more of a redneck sombrero. It's more of a- Oh.
Lives off Centrelink and has little to no teeth. There has been many documentaries made about the stereotypical bogan. Some of the most notable ones include Howzos, Bogan Hunters, and A Current Affair. The easiest place to find a stereotypical bogan is at the front of Dan Murphy's at 8 AM on a Wednesday. These sort of
What's a Dan Murphy's?
That like Walmart?
No, basic. Well, think of Walmart, but exclusively for alcohol.
The ABC store.
ABC store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. These sort of
bogans
bogans.
spend all their money on alcohol, child support, and hooning fines. And once in a blue moon, when they manage to save up $500 on the side, they get straight onto Facebook Marketplace, buy a brand new second-hand VT Commodore, weld the diff, and add to their collection of hooning fines. The stereotypical bogan lives a simple life.
My dad's collection's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah.
But here in America, we only use Facebook Marketplace. Facebook is where you post Trump memes.
Yeah. You're right.
No lie. If you were to go to my dad's computer right now and you were to click Chrome, it automatically opens to Craigslist.
I know.
That's his fucking homepage.
I remember. Yeah.
That is his homepage.
Because that's where he's
It's the
happiest.
first thing he looks at every time he opens fucking Chrome. Craigslist.
That's his happy place. Craigslist.
Add to the junk pile.
As I mentioned before, as long as they have access to alcohol, cigarettes, and anything that they can do a burnout in, they'll be happy as Larry. So with that being said, we'll get into our next type of bogan.
He's doing a burnout. He's doing a burnout. Who the fucking help around? What are the old people disability chairs?
I mean,
I want to get my hands on a few of those and race them. Do like NASCAR for old people.
I'm pretty sure someone's already done that. Someone has probably already done that.
We'll do a whole tournament for all the senior citizens.
You gotta work on the engines so they can go faster.
Look, I know a couple Vietnam vets right now who'd be down.
They'd be okay with it.
Go, Lieutenant Dan.
God.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
All right, what's the next type?
And
Let's
that
see
is
how this compares to America.
Cashed up bogan. Unlike the
Cashed up
stereotypical
bogan.
bogan, the cashed up bogan has something called a job.
A
Whether it's
job.
laying bricks, selling bricks, or performing open heart surgeries, cashed up bogans come in all shapes and sizes. You may be wondering what makes someone a cashed up bogan. And luckily for you, I have the answer to that question. There's only two criteria that you need to fill to be considered a cashed up bogan. The first one being having a job, and the second one being owning any turbocharged Falcon or V8 Commodore that's worth more than 25 grand. If you
Here it would be a
successfully
pickup
fill
truck.
these
Yeah,
two criterias, it shows us that you worked hard, saved up your money, and still decided to buy one of the two bogan chariots. The cashed up bogan is a rare breed, and for the last few years of the production of the Ford Falcon and the Holden Commodore, the cashed up bogans were the lifeline that Holden and Ford needed to buy their cars and delay the bankruptcy. You see, between 2013 and 2017, car prices were at an all-time low, and that was especially true for V8 Commodores and XR6 Turbos. So naturally, it only made sense for all the other
Got weird
bogans to
taste
buy
in
the
cars.
cheap second-hand ones for a few $1,000s, meaning that they had more money left over for
What do you mean
VB
weird
and Winnie
taste in
Blues,
cars?
meaning that the only
It's like it's like Turbo Ford and the Commodore. It's like,
Yeah, like that's.
like our rednecks here all about. I mean,
Yeah.
Ford was in I promise you, Ford is in no
No.
threat of going bankrupt as long as the American Redneck exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll be fine.
the Ford and the Holden are basically popular because they're the racing cars.
Oh,
They're
here
the ones you put
our
the V8 engine in and you go racing around the tracks.
yeah, here rednecks, you ain't gonna find a redneck driving a car.
No.
They're exclusively pickup trucks,
Yeah. Yeah. And
usually with a giant American flag on it and a
I
Trump
was
sticker.
gonna say you're gonna need like a fucking mountain goat and a Sherpa to get up in that thing by the time they're done with it.
The bigger the better. They ain't
Yeah.
got to go fast. They just got to be able to run over whatever's in front of them.
Yep.
Also,
you're-
also the third type of car you'll see in Australia is a utility truck.
My friend's dad in high school
So-
did that.
so-
Like
Something with a flatbed.
that's what they wanted pickup trucks for. My friend's dad in high school, the one who, like, he gets into his truck, and there's like just this layer of beer cans on the floor he's got to wade through to get to the pedals, and he'd get in the truck, and he did that. We're at a stoplight, and he's behind this car. It's a little Prius or some little small car. And the light turned green. I don't know. That driver was on his phone or something because he didn't start moving.
Oh god.
And my friend's dad's like laying on the horn. He's like, "You gotta move. You gotta move. Hey, you gotta move, buddy. You gotta move." He ain't moving. And he's like, "I bet you I could just push it out the way. Just let me." And he pulled up and he tapped the bumper of that car with his, like, he didn't like slam on the gas. He inched up to it while laying on the horn. This guy still didn't move. And then the guy like threw his finger up at us. Like, now he's sitting at the light on
he's
purpose.
doing it on purpose. Yeah.
His dad touched bumpers with him, and as soon as he did, he laid on the gas, just started pushing him out into the intersection. And at that point, the light had started to
lights
turn
turned.
red, and other cars were coming. The look on that dude's face, he's like, "Oh shit!" It's like,
Yeah.
I told you we could
two
push him out
have
the way.
to-
I don't-
You gotta gauge the situation.
That's why they drive
Yeah.
trucks. You ain't doing that with a Commodore or a turbo.
Yeah.
Rednecks will just run your shit off the road.
Yeah.
They don't need to be faster. They just need to be bigger.
Yeah. And that's what they do here.
only real customers Ford and Holden had for the cars worth more than 60 grand were the few and far between cashed up bogans who didn't already own a 79 series Land Cruiser. But those days are over. These days you'll find cashed up bogans driving around in a brand new
There we
Ram
go.
TRX,
Yep.
Chevy Silverado,
Yep.
LTZ,
That's
or
what the rednecks drive.
occasionally a green VF Maloo. But now
Whatever
that
that
we've
is.
explored both ends of the bogan spectrum, we've got to look further
What's in the
into
middle?
The
Yeah.
middle. So that brings us on to the average bogan. The average bogan falls smack bang in the middle of the stereotypical bogan and the cashed up bogan. You see, everyone has a little bit of bogan in them. For example, if you've ever actually enjoyed the taste of VB or unironically own a flannelette shirt, you fall onto the bogan spectrum. And this is where
I got
the
one in the
average
closet.
bogan comes in.
Yes, you do.
The
I
average
think I
bogan
bought
may
it
live
for
a
you.
normal life with a normal job and be a somewhat respected member of society. But that doesn't mean that here and there they don't enjoy a bit of AU Falcon action, Centrelink rotations, VB annihilation, and a trip to Bali every couple of years. All in all, most of the time bogans get a bad rap. But at the end of the day, there's not one person in the whole of Australia who lives a bogan-free lifestyle. And there's no one in Australia that can admit that there's nothing more fun than having a few drinks and riding a old dirt bike around someone's backyard. And on that note, it's time to end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need to.
All right,
follow
all right,
that
Ozzy.
video.
This man just told us some truth. Now I gotta ask. He said there's not a single man in Australia doesn't have a little bogan in him. So let's hear it, Ozzy. Ozzy left. He's not. Ozzy.
He's like, nope, I don't have any bogan in me.
Ozzy, you've got bogan in. Tell us your bogan habits. Come back. Come back and tell us your bogan habits, Ozzy.
I'm gonna go get a little bit
Oh,
more food.
you piece of shit. Damn it, Ozzy.
I gotta get a little bit more food. I might have to go to bed, though.
He just drinks too much.
Yeah,
that's
that's
his-
his Bogan.
That's his
Yeah.
Bogan.
Yeah, that's
Ozzy
his.
just. Ozzy! There he is. He's back.
Sorry, man. Just just got a little storm going outside, so
Oh.
just lost power for a bit.
All right. Well, before you lose it again, he said there's not a single man in Australia who doesn't have a little bogan in him. So let's hear it.
Yeah, no, I don't have.
What's your,
Bogan.
what's your,
I don't
no,
have
no,
a.
no. What's your bogan
I-
habit? Everybody's got one
I-
in Australia. This man just told on you, so I need to know. What's your bogan habit? It's okay. This is a safe space.
I don't have a flannel shirt. I don't drive a Ute or Holden or anything like that. I got
Gotta
no
be.
Bogan.
Gotta be. It's gotta be something bogan related you're doing here. Okay. All of them have a little bogan in them, so.
You drink, right?
Yeah, I have the occasional drink.
There you go.
That's as far as it goes.
As Bogan as it gets.
So you don't hit up the slot machines?
Nah,
You've never done
I
a
don't want to
burnout?
waste my money like that. Nope.
You've never done a burnout?
No, never done a burnout.
You ever gone to one of these car conventions or that race?
No, never been to Bathurst or any of the car conventions. I'm not a big car person. I don't really see. I don't have a tiny little, compensation need.
Okay, what about let's see, what other bogan habits we got? What about what was the name of their store? Dan something?
Dan
Yeah.
Murphy's? Yeah, I've been to Dan Murphy's once or twice. They sell some good grog there.
Okay.
See, he's got a little bogan habit in him. What about the Centerlink? You ever been down to that office?
When I was
benefits.
doing my management diploma, I was on Centrelink, yeah. So
There we go. See, got a little bogan in him. Do you have all your teeth?
yes, I have all my teeth.
Oh, all right. Well, you won that one.
Yep.
Look, I
I'm gonna get some more
don't
food.
try to hide my redneck habits. I got a few. I'm in the flannel shirt in that closet right now.
A few. That's...
But yeah,
It's just a few.
I also sent you the direct message for Wagga Wagga. Check it.
Wagga Wagga.
Wow,
All right,
wow.
let's check out Wagga Wagga. Wagga Wagga. Just looks like a bathhouse. The fuck is this?
I mean, maybe
No,
that's,
that's
a
the name
visitor
of the
center.
town.
Oh, I was
No,
like, why
that's
am I
a-
looking at a bathhouse? We got one of them at the lake.
Yeah,
Where
no,
you go to
that's
get your
just
bathing
random
suit.
picture from the place.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an
Wagga
actual
Wagga
town.
is a city in New South Wales, Australia. The Museum of the Riverina explores the history of this inland farming region. The vast Wagga Wagga Botanic Garden is home to native plants and a mini zoo. What the fuck's a mini zoo?
Small petting zoo.
Oh, it's like a petting zoo. Okay.
That's what I assume.
Wagga Wagga Art. The Gallery of Art has more than 500 pieces of glass art. So bottles? You just got a bunch of bottles?
No, it's like, bowls and shit.
Oh, glass bottles and bowls. Okay. So it's like an IKEA.
Statues. Sculptures.
Wagga Beach sits on the shore of the Murrumbidgee River. Jesus Christ. The Wigadackery walking track
What?
runs along the river and through the surrounding countryside. Okay.
Oh, and that word that you were trying to pronounce there is
Yeah.
Murrumbidgee.
What?
I got close.
You got close.
I got close.
I don't think you got
The
close.
Murrumbidgee River.
I don't think you were anywhere near.
Why's your mom so bitchy? Mom bitchy river. Mom's bitchy river. Mom.
Oh my
What do you gotta go
God.
do?
I'm gonna go see if there's anything left to eat.
Grab me a monster
A monster.
while you're there, and then we'll
If you didn't burn it all.
try to beat chapter 1 of this game. I think we're close.
I'm tired though. You might have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay, well, just get me a
But I'll get you monster.
Give me a Malsa while you're down there.
Oh.
Well, yep, the Australian Bogan doesn't sound too different from the American Redneck.
No, not really.
Shittier taste in cars and less guns, but for the most
Yeah.
part, there's a lot of similarities.
I figure they probably have knives.